Credit ratings, to a great extent, determine the pricing of international bonds, money from overseas for countries, as well as for the companies and the enterprises inside the country. But the government rating is the ceiling. The government rating sets the price for everybody, for the entire country, because the credit rating determines the working capital that a country has. It determines, first of all, the country's ability to borrow in international markets. It determines the perception of the country as a borrower, which is also very important. The negotiation for African sovereigns is going to be a long-term process because most of the sovereigns are rated non-investment grade. And yet, they have the capacity to become rated investment grade. So they need to keep that ideal in mind. But to get there is a slow and deliberate process. And that process takes resourcefulness. It takes assertiveness. It takes developing the capacity to really highlight the strengths of the country as a borrower who can repay, A, because of the way the economy works, B, because of the investments into the economy and the capacity that will be built by that, and I think most importantly, by showing the talent in the region. There is a perception problem. Many people who are lending to Africa don't know much about Africa. And so the way that the key representatives present the credit case to the rating agency is vital. This is a case where the more you understand not only how sovereign ratings work, but how ratings work, the machinery of ratings, the more tools you have at your disposal to negotiate and to sort of craft a viable strategy for going from where you are today to upgrade. Some of those tools are, for example, everybody's talking about the long-term cross-border rating, but there are also local ratings. Learning how to negotiate the local rating is important because it's part of the picture. Another is the distinction between outlooks and ratings. So everybody's focused on ratings, but one of the ways to manage a rating upgrade is through the outlooks. An outlook, a positive outlook versus a negative outlook. And the tools for managing the outlooks, they're related to ratings, but they're slightly different. And to be perfectly candid, rating agencies are not the enemy. They really want to be fair. And many rating agency analysts are very sympathetic, but they need to have the case made in language that they can then turn to their superiors.